When the dissension became violent, the tribune, afraid that Paul would be torn to pieces by them, commanded the soldiers to go down and take him away from among them by force and bring him into the barracks. The following night, the Lord stood by him and said, "Take courage, for as you have testified to the facts about me in Jerusalem, so you must testify also in Rome." Again, there are so many interesting things going on here. One is that Paul still considers himself a Pharisee. Most likely he would consider himself a true Pharisee. That is, Paul shared all the same general beliefs of the Pharisees, except that now he saw Jesus as the Christ who had fulfilled all that the Pharisees had hoped for. Two is that Paul is amazingly shrewd. Luke tells us that Paul perceived that one part of the council was made up of Sadducees and the other part Pharisees. Paul knew what was likely to happen when he aligned himself with the Pharisees. I don't know if you've ever seen people with differing theology argue with each other, but it can get pretty heated. Nobody's concerned about bridge building, that is. When Paul reminded them that he was a Pharisee and highlighted the resurrection of the dead as the reason he was on the trial, it was like he dropped a hand grenade in the middle of the council. The council was immediately split. The Pharisees sided with Paul, which is almost humorous to see. We find nothing wrong with this man. What if an angel or spirit revealed himself to him? But the Pharisees side with Paul, and the Sadducees vehemently oppose them because they don't believe any of those doctrines. A huge shouting match broke out. Just like at the that didn't happen. Just like at seminary. One commentator put it well, though, the effect of all of this. Paul himself rapidly became a mere sideshow to the main attraction. That's what happened. What's crazy is that the shouting match led to blows. Apparently, these guys started throwing fists and pulling beards because the tribune had to rescue Paul out of the middle of it before he got torn to pieces. I'm pretty confident that Paul didn't mean to incite violence, but it was shrewd of him to highlight the very issue that was so divisive among the council. But I do want to get to the main point here. All of those things are just interesting to observe. But I want to get to the main point, and I do believe this is Luke's main point. This is what the Holy Spirit means for us to learn. Paul wasn't just being opportunistic. He wasn't just deftly creating a diversion away from himself. The lesson for us isn't